Hello and welcome everybody to my final product of my Genius Hour project. Just to recap, what I was doing this entire time was perfecting, or at least trying to perfect, my car care, maintenance, and general upkeep to keep the car as in good condition as possible because that's just the right thing to do. Why did I do it? Mainly because other people don't do it, so it is just kind of cool to be able to say, yes, I take care of my car. This is something I dedicate time to. But more importantly, it is very beneficial to have this habit and process integrated into your routine. Some of the pros, as I have listed here, is that the car is worth more monetarily when you go to sell it. If you've been preserving the paint, preserving the interior, um, doing all maintenance on time, making sure that this car has little to no issues ever, then you can sell it for more. Of course, it will look better. Of course, you will have your own personal satisfaction with your work. Only cons are that it consumes time and money, and that there is no real end of this work. That the car will always find a way to get dirty, so you will be doing some repetitive work. What is the goal/objective? The main thing I work towards is perfecting my knowledge and habits on doing these things. Now, the main part I really want to stress is creating the habit, so that way it is not a chore for me. It just becomes something that I do. Same way I dust shelves or take out the trash, because I already enjoy this kind of thing. I just have to make it more routine like for me. How did it go for me? Well, I had setbacks, but I very much improved my technique, my fluidity, as well as speed. Speed actually is important because if you take too long, then the water on your car will simply dry, and then you will have dried up spots called water spots, and that looks atrocious. So you basically undo everything you did. You have to wash that part of the car again. Um, Things like tree pollen, especially now in the spring, rain, uh, time. Time was actually a bigger factor than I thought it would be. There were some days where I literally could not finish the job and I had to do it the next morning or just have to call it quits because there was literally not enough sunlight left. And of course, the age old enemy, birds, for obvious reasons. Feedback I can give from experience. I tested many things during this project in hopes of finding new and innovative ways to help better my ritual. Um, so, just to kind of explain what I did here, I bought three products, three very basic products to test. One is for the exterior of a vehicle, the Meguiars wash and wax. I bought wheel and tire cleaner, and I bought VLR, which is for interior, which stands for vinyl, leather, and rubber. Basically, I just wanted to buy minimal amount of products that would cover pretty much all of the vehicle. So, like to kind of create a starter kit. Total, as I've mentioned in one of my updates, this cost me less than $100. That doesn't include brushes, buckets, water bill, whatever. But in terms of products, I chose three that would do the job fairly basically. And right now I'm about to go into my experience with all of them, what I think, how it went, etc. Starting off with the Meguiar's Ultimate Wash and Wax. Uh, in terms of what it advertised, total flop. It's good for washing, but it does not wax. I washed my entire car, did a good job at that, but I felt the paint. I checked how the water would bead off of it. It does not wax. It's a scam. Don't pay the extra $10 just because a company says that you should, basically. Get yourself normal soap, call it a day. You don't need a wash and wax because technically that's not even possible. How could you? No, 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 no. I'm mad that I took this bullet, but oh well. Mother's Wheel and Tire Cleaner. First of all, I want to say Mother's never lets me down. I adore all their products. I usually go for there. The wheel and tire cleaner works great. In the picture here, you can see kind of what it looks like as I'm letting it sit for a little bit. It leaves a great shine and finish on the both painted wheel and the rubber. Um, it is very strong. It even corrodes asphalt. It sounds dangerous, but just don't let it drip and sit there for too long. And yeah, in general, this was a very good product and just as advertised, very well, very quickly. In general, yeah, just happy with it. And lastly, the mother's VLR. I was unsure because when applied to my leather seating and upholstery, it felt more like water with a little bit of bubbles in it. I was really hoping that I didn't see a difference because my car was clean from the start, but in my experience, this did nothing. I might as well have just not even bothered with the interior. So 3 out of 10 for that. Um, so that's kind of what I did and went over in terms of my Genius Hour project. Um, Now, talking about the Genius Hour project itself, coming from a standpoint of participating in this activity for the last 8 weeks or so, I would say it is very fun, a positive experience that was fulfilling and motivating. I've been kind of intending on doing this for a little bit, but never had that motivation or reminder to do so just because life would get in the way. Definitely, I would say that the best part about this is that it is personalized and catered to every single person. So you are always happy with whatever project you assign yourself. And I would 10 out of 10 do this again. And with that note, I just want to say thanks for following along, for watching on this video. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Peace out.